So, it seems like the word journalist doesn't mean what it used to. Although this isn't true of every journalist, of course, but in Canada, most of them anyway, are indistinguishable from just far-left activists. And, well, let's check out an example right now.
So I'm looking here at an article from the Journal of the European Economic Association, published just on March 16th. This is a major international study, found no significant impact of carbon taxes on inflation in Europe and a slight deflationary impact in Canada, attributed to the stimulus to investment and supply in non-carbon intensive industries being provided by the carbon tax. So what's your response to that, and what hard data evidence do you have that the carbon tax is a major significant driver of inflation in Canada, opposed to the economic rebound in demand following the COVID pandemic health restrictions?
So what data do I have showing that the carbon tax drives up the cost of living? Well, the Bank of Canada. So the Bank of Canada governor has already said that the carbon tax contributes to inflation. There are all kinds of socialist interest groups that want to justify higher taxes with phony studies. But we know very simply, when you raise the cost of the gas and diesel that our farmers use to produce the food and that our truckers use to ship the food, you raise the price of the food itself. Somebody has to pay that price. It is magical thinking to suggest that you can raise energy prices on businesses, farmers, and workers without raising inflation.
So magical thinking, that is perfect. That is the modern left in a nutshell. And you would think that a real journalist would have the slightest bit of curiosity, would want to interrogate the study a little bit. I mean, it's claiming that, apparently, in Canada, raising the cost of goods and services makes goods and services cheaper. Yeah, magical thinking indeed. So let's take a look at Trudeau's plans for filling up your car in the year 2030. So across Canada, if it costs $77 to fill up your tank, which is assuming that the price won't go up from now, after all of the taxes, you'll be paying $140 for your $77 worth of gas. And carbon taxes will be, on average, $31, over $31. And you can tie your brain into whatever kind of pretzel you'd like to. That's not making gas cheaper. That's not making food cheaper or anything else. But of course, this isn't the first time that the leader of the Conservative Party in Canada has had to deal with an activist journalist.
The failure of the system to not support people who have committed crimes, gone to jail, served their sentence, and then they're committing another crime. So is this not a failure of things like social services and support for people who have committed crimes?
Are you serious?
I'm asking you a question.
I mean, are you serious? Come on. You're telling me... No, excuse me. Let me answer your question. Are you honestly saying that it's society's fault if a repeat violent offender commits 60 or 70 offenses? I think that criminal is to blame for his own actions. He is personally responsible. We're not talking about some kid who made one mistake when he was 19. We're talking about people who do 60, 70 violent offenses.
And of course, it won't be the last time, because I guess journalism programs are skipping the whole objectivity part now. Here, CBC paints Sound of Freedom as a dog whistle for xenophobic pro-life types. Sound of Freedom is a true story about a man battling child trafficking. It's a story of a real person telling his real story, trying to shed light and public awareness of a true real-life horror story going on right now. But I guess because the guys who made the movie are Christians, so I guess they're just bad people. And the CBC doesn't want you to listen to them. Well, at least we know what side they're on. Here's another recent article from publicly funded CBC. Are drag queen story times worth fighting for? These people think so. Yes, apparently this is journalism now. Yeah, they want you to know that you're a bad person if you don't support men dressed as hypersexualized stereotypes of femininity reading stories to children. Oh, I love this one. A Canadian news host slammed for suggesting Russia behind massive freedom trucker protest. Critics slammed the remarks as liberals having one beat: Russia, Russia, Russia. And that, of course, was again the CBC. Oh, and this one might actually be my favorite. Why the word freedom is such a useful rallying cry for protesters. The word has become common among far-right groups, experts say. Yeah, all those terrible people who want you to have personal freedom. Or in CBC talk, far-right groups. So all this makes it obvious that Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives in general are not just fighting Trudeau and the NDP, they're fighting the media as well. And from where I'm sitting, I think Pierre is doing a pretty good job. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.